710 ESPN Seattle presents Brock and Salk's Wrap-Up.
Powered by the law offices of Heidi Hunt.
If there's one issue that I know fires up this old linebacker, well, you're going to hear it next. Dave Wyman joined the show 3 hours a day. Man, flew by. I think that's having fun when time flies by like that, Dave. And one topic that we hit on early and often, you've been writing about it for over a year now. What do you do? What do you do with Kam Chancellor back-to-back weeks, massive hits, penalties, helmet to helmet, $20,000 fine a week ago? Who knows? Could be upwards of $50,000 this week. What do you put on the defensive coordinator hat? What are you telling Kam Chancellor?
Well, I think first and foremost, you brought up a great point for Pete Carroll. You know, you got to manage this guy. This is one of your guys, and all of a sudden you see maybe a quarter or more of his salary start to disappear because he's doing the exact things that you asked him to do as a coach. That can be a concern for Pete Carroll, this guy's well-being and his happiness off the field, and how frustrating for Kam Chancellor because, you know, as we talked about today, you know, nothing about what the NFL has done has explained to these guys what to do, rather than it's always what not to do, but they can never explain what you're supposed to do. And that's what's frustrating. It's just so inconsistent.
And I'll tell you what's really frustrating for me, Dave, is with this defense. If this has any effect, if they were to suspend him, and I think there's a long shot of that happening, but they're going to fine him again substantial amounts of money and try to send this message to this group right now that is something we've not seen in a long time, and that's physical and at times really dominating and enforcing that physical prowess.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for, like you said, a young group. And I just try to imagine what's going through poor Kam Chancellor's mind. He's such a great kid. He goes out there, he does what he's supposed to do. He's so physical. I mean, this guy is a rare breed. I mean, look, I don't want to, get ahead of it a little bit, but, if you look at the kind of player he is, I'd say Steve Atwater type. And that's high praise because I played with Steve in Denver. And, those guys don't exist if the NFL is around 20 years ago with these ridiculous calls. So I just feel bad for that kid, first and foremost. But also, I worry about fans and I worry about the game suffering because, and I like that you're on board with it, Brock, because it's not just defensive players. It's just anybody that has an ounce of logic. Look, there's a risk reward in throwing that ball down the seam, and one of them is, the reward is, you get a touchdown or it's a big play, but the risk is, there's an interception or you get your head taken off, and so don't throw the ball. Maybe they should start finding the quarterback.
And I'll tell you what, NFL, don't you dare try to change the game of our enforcer on the back end of this defense.